Wanted to elaborate a little more on that, Race to the Top funding
Mhm.
in California.
Yeah.
Did not succeed in the first round.
Mhm.
Possibly the second round, but we need to take a look at some changes in accountability and how we manage operations. Can you share a little more about that in your perspective?
Yes, I know that part of the Race to the Top, the requirements is to the perf- is it performance-based, I believe they're calling it.
Yes.
It's tying the teacher performance
Mhm.
to, and so changing the way that we have teacher evaluations and how that is related to their pay. And I have truly mixed feelings about that. I do think that I am fine having us reevaluate how we tie our teacher pay to their performance, because I think there are not enough rewards and incentives for our really good teachers. I'm not necessarily interested in having that be a way to punish teachers, because I am much more, you can ask my kids, I'm much more about, let's try to find a positive outcome for both of us, and let's have, I mean, we're in the business of education, let's see how we can work with our teachers to educate them so that they can be better also. So I think that unfortunately right now with the step and column system that we have, there aren't as many opportunities to give rewards to teachers who are doing a great job. So I don't think that the way that the Race to the Top language is written currently, that it would really be able to have us address that. I think that it has a punitive effect rather than a positive effect. And so if somebody asks me how we can just tweak it, because I would be okay with changing the way that we evaluate and having it tied to performance. I have had enough experience now with budgeting and money that comes from federal and from the state to know that categorical money that comes with strings, is much more difficult at the local level. It would be more helpful to me if I could get funding that they would say, here's money for your general fund, look at your population, look at your issues, talk to your community, and use the money the way that you best see. And so I have concerns with money coming from the Race to the Top federally, that it will be highly prescribed and might not be the way that we would like to use the money. So we'll see. I have to see how that all shakes out. Those are my two main concerns with it.
Okay, good. And you've answered the question about that your children are attending public school.
Mhm.
Did you attend public school?
Yes, I did. From kindergarten through PhD. Yeah, I'm from a small rural town in Wisconsin, and yeah. And there was no options besides public schools for me growing up, and I was able to go to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Go Badgers! So, because I knew that I needed to go to a public school. My family didn't have much money. My parents paid nothing. They said that their way of supporting me through college was when I came home to visit, I could go in the cupboard and get things out of there. That was. And my dad said his savings plans for college was to keep himself as poor as possible. So I was very lucky at the time that there were many grants available. So I was able to go and get my bachelor's degree in nursing with Pell Grants, and I left undergraduate with only $600 in debt, which is pretty great and amazing. Yeah, and then my master's is from UCSF, and my PhD is from UCSF. So I am 100% land grant institution gal. And I feel very strongly, there's no way that I would have been able to get where I am without a public school education. My mom didn't graduate from high school. My dad did graduate from high school, but no college. My grandfather was illiterate. My uncle was illiterate. Many of my cousins still don't graduate from high school, don't see the value of education, but because I had a public education available to me, here I am, Dr. Allen in Davis, California.
You answered many of these questions sort of already. Do you have anything else that you want to offer about the revenues versus cuts position on public education?
Well, I want to say that I'm not just a tax and spend liberal. Can I as they say that? It's very important to me that we live within our means. But as I've already said, that I would like to talk to the community, see if there's any way that we can do revenue enhancement. That would be my preference to cutting further. I think we are really on the cusp right now that so far we've been able to maintain our great program, but I'm really worried if it gets much worse that we will not be able to. I don't even want to think about the next layer of cuts that we have, but if it comes to me and the community says that they don't want to participate in the revenue enhancement, then it will be my job as an elected official to do it. And it's not a pleasant or a pretty thing to go through, but I understand that that's something that I might have to do. But again, it would be a very surgical approach to the issue rather than a broad one. Another reason why I decided that I wanted to run is that because I'm eternally sunshiny and optimistic, is that I think if I hold on for 4 more years, I will get to be perhaps on a part of the upswing and the building part of the building back up. And I think that we can always do better. And so I'm hoping that as things get better in the economy and we are thinking about our next expansion and what kind of great opportunities and how is it that we would like to change education in Davis. So I'd really like to be a part of that. So not just a part of the dismantling and trying to grab pieces and hold it all together. I want to be a part of the building a better school system for our students.